someone, so it's very legal. Just sit on down. The next one we're going to do is what was absolutely our go-to favorite when we would bounce. When we bounced, we had a little less responsibilities than law enforcement, and cell phones didn't take pictures back then, back in the day. The little bird inside the camera had to etch a stone plate. It was really slow. So it's a full Nelson, which is a spinal affectation, right? This, right? So there's a whole world of work here. I was late 80s, early 90s bouncer, so I would always say, run it through the ponytail. Yes, get it in the hair. There's a lot of that. Get it in the jacket. The notion with a full Nelson is that if I do all that cradle work that we've been doing to the spine, it's very painful. So you could have somebody on their belly, instead of going for a rear naked choke, you can get the neck, you're affecting the spine, you're rubbing their nose, their teeth in the ground, smacking it a little bit. When you get them to the seated position, your partner will come in to help you. We refer to this as footballing somebody, football in an American sense. Ball under the arm forward, and you run to the end zone, yeah? So when the person will come in, you could just wrap those arms around him facing and walk backwards. It's just not as comfortable. Ideally, person number 2 is going to come in, acquire both legs under one armpit, lift. They have the easier part of the job. He may kick, but you've got to be tight. So what happens is when you're here, I really want to make sure that I have one wrist bone, what we call a fist hook, in the neck, because that's very uncomfortable. A lot of guys do full Nelson like that. Again, any strain of your fingers are doing this. It's the weakest grip. That's a little better, but I'd like to have, sometimes even do this. Like this right away sucks. Half Nelson like that is all fingertips. Sweat, no good. Here, it's good, right? And all I do is I start to push. When I put my second one, buddy number 2 comes in, come on over. Your job is to get both those legs. Hug them, both. If he gives you grief, I put him on a corner. Because if I keep him, come back here. If I keep him in the center, 1, you're likely to hit his head, and 2, he's able to see what he's kicking. I want to take one floating rib over the hip. Like this. Now he's not kicking as much. Once you've got control, let's say I'm here, I would like to turn around if my partner has the head. So I take my time, and I get near the ankles. My personal preference was to take one leg over like this and to lock the toes. That was my preference. So now I have an Achilles, and then I can move with one hand. But you want to get in tight. So we're not going to go crazy. So let's say guy number 1, just to get the lift. Guy number 1 is going to go here. Hit him, look, hit him, get around him, get an awareness, all right, so we're going to lift you up, we don't want to hurt you, yep. So now we want to face the other way, so get your right arm over, yep, turn around, over. All right, so we're going to lift together, we turn. You got to get your legs underneath you, because he can't help himself, he's a big lad, yeah? So, get your legs under, so I let him lift first, take him out. He gives me grief, boom, that's bad for his neck. That's bad for his shoulders, yeah? Totally, this humerus will come for his arm.